So Congress Inn is an existing property, 52 keys over on Dickerson Pike. Original part of the property was built in the 1800s. It was used as a Civil War hospital as well. Additional keys and rooms were built around the sustained property. We are looking at, it's been in operation for 56 years, something like that. So it's a very exciting property. It's one of the very few ones that actually has grounds here in Nashville. One of the reasons I'm very excited about it is you come here, you have your towers downtown, you have your Graduate, and they do have rooftop bars, and that's really great. But coming from California, that's not what I expected when I moved here, when I wanted to stay at the hotels. I thought, you know, ranches and rolling hills. So how do we kind of make that distinction? And we think we finally found the property that really has that character that we've been looking for. So I wanted to hand it over to Tyler and Bruce to give intros of who they are, what they've been doing, and what's going on here in Nashville.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of y'all that don't know me, I'm Tyler Cauble. I'm the principal here at Hamilton. So Bruce and I are co-sponsors on this deal. I would say, I guess, gosh, I can't believe it's June, but this year we've acquired about $25 million worth of projects, not including this one. And we have nearly $60 million worth of development and renovations going on. That is mostly in East Nashville and Madison. We do have a project going on in Chattanooga as well. But we're a very vertically integrated company. I've been doing this for 8 years. So I started off in commercial real estate brokerage. So I have a brokerage called the Cauble Group. Bruce and I actually own a commercial property management company called Parasol. And then we're doing the investment and development as well. So that's a little bit about me.
I'm Jordan Fife. I was an actor hired to portray a hotelier, so you'll have to forgive me if I don't know any answers. I started off in the entertainment industry in Los Angeles. I was in it for about 10 years. I left that to pursue my passion, which was design and hospitality. My father was the president of the CVB in Palm Springs, so I saw how tourism grew and how integral it is to a city and the budget. I grew up going to all these fun hotels, and for me, even as a kid, it didn't matter whether it was a Best Western or a DoubleTree. I liked the idea of living in a hotel and those special magical experiences that you all get to share there, because it really is. It's a suspended disbelief. You walk into a room and you cognitively have to remember that there was someone in there about 6 hours before. But we put that behind because we walk through a story, and that's what's really so special about these properties. I started working with Viceroy Hotel Group, which was a mid-luxury brand, or arguably a luxury brand. I ran their sales as director sales for the hotel program. That's really where I learned to cut my teeth in hospitality, and I learned how important the sales strategy and revenue strategy is to a property. And we've been looking for the right property, and we believe this is it, that we can take all this experience and all this expertise and roll it into something incredibly special.
I don't have a hospitality background. So when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, can we do micro offices here? Can we do micro apartments? Can we do, we could just never make the numbers work. And so when Jordan came on, he was like, are there any hotel opportunities that we can start working on too? And I was like, man, actually, there's one I've been trying to get for 2 years. Let's see if we can make it happen. So here we are.
Well, I think the charm about it is that it's the bones of the property. And I hope everyone recognizes that when you see it, because really that's what it is. It is a little rough, but again, it's
That's
all
the opportunity.
there. Yes.
We want to provide something that's local, but also for the tourists, so that you can kind of get that unique Nashville experience. One of the reasons that we decided on this design, this style of hotel, was, when Jordan came here, it was like nothing is really authentically Nashville. Like nothing really feels like country rustic. Right? Everything is just so modern, and and there's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like there's something missing in the market.
We want to be that special home away from home, and we want to position this property, no double corridor hotels. If you feel like spacing out, you can space out. We have grounds, and we're your oasis within the Nashville market. All right, Seth, where are you having us exit to, sir? So what we'll do is we'll walk the property, so I can kind of show you what we're going to do with it, and then we'll take a look at a room. Not that important, but it'll give you a size of scope of the actual room. We'll take a look at the main house, so we can go through what we're going to do with that. So come on. Thank you. So one of the things that I think will be really important about that is you want to feel when you're here that you're kind of dropped into something and the surrounding area doesn't exist. So from all visuals, we're going to be taking a fence that actually goes up about 10 feet, and then we're going to ficus it as well on both sides of it, so you don't know there's an actual fence there. So when you're here, all you see is roof line and fence. And we've done a lot of sound studies as well. We do know that there is a road here, but we'll be able to put water elements and features throughout. The closer you are to the sound, the more that what's in the distance is drowned away. So we'll have little waterfalls and features as well. This all here, again, is over parked, so all of this goes away. So this is going to be hardscape and landscape. And think if you've seen the photo before, we're going to drop a pool right into the center of here with the pavers around it and grass throughout. And then we'll have different walkways and pathways. So each one of these rooms, all the front will go away, and we'll actually build front porches. So you'll see the rocking chairs out front of each one of the rooms. And one of the things that I love about sort of California hotels and architecture is that indoor-outdoor feel. So we want you to have your room open so that it's kind of this seamless transition between room and pool and kind of different little areas. In the corner over here, to actually save money but also to build character, we'll be doing a 1950s Shasta trailer, or my other buddies make horse trailers that they turn into bars. So that'll be the pool bar right over there. And then we're going to kind of walk around because I really want to show you the interesting part of these grounds is we actually do have this beltway on the side of the property, and that's where we'll be able to program things like a petanque court or horseshoes. And then I want to show you where the stage is and kind of how we're integrating this side of the property, and then we'll walk throughout the rest of the exterior of the property. So in keeping with the whole indoor-outdoor sort of feeling and vibe, the front of the Victorian mansion, again, everything is being renovated. We'll we'll walnut shell blast the exteriors of the bricks. We'll bring them back to either a color or original brick. The mansion, I think it's just going to be absolutely beautiful. But if you see the windows there, we're going to actually create all pocket window wraparound. So it'll be completely seamless indoor to outdoor. So you'll have your restaurant sort of seating near there, but you'll be able to kind of walk in and out through the mansion as it connects to this pool area. And in there, you'll have your lounge sort of vibe. The idea is it's kind of a hotel lobby, but it's more of a lounge. And yes, you can eat in there, but primarily seating will be al fresco for the restaurant. And then the back room, and you'll see some of these original beautiful moldings from the Victorian era. We'll do our library bar, so think the Polo Bar in New York. And we're going to do floor-to-ceiling bookcases with rolling brass ladders, and that'll be our library bar and check-in. And so it's about creating these moments. So over here, we actually have a beltway, and this is something that none of the other properties do. What we'll be doing again is we'll hedge and wrap around, so you'll have access to the beltway on this side, through these rooms, and then also down there as well. And that's where we'll be anchored by our stage, which is one of these. So this is what's going to be at the end of the beltway there, and that's what we'll program for weddings and also for music events. So let me show you that over here. So this is going to be this is going to be like our garden area with trees and walkways, pathways, a horseshoe court. The stage is going to be near the end of there. We're going to remove the telephone wires and bury the wires under there. So the actual new entrance to the property will be off this sloping area here. You see further to the back, that's the Pine Cottages neighborhood. And so they'll actually have their own private entrance to the property, so they can come and use the bar and restaurant, and we can be their neighborhood eatery. And then if you see the back of the properties, they're currently using window units. We're going to open those back up and actually bring them down, and those will be the back porches. And so we're going to deck off the back of this building, and then those will be the doorways, the French doors out. And it's about also taking moments and creating things that are visually really stunning, but also trying to be as cost conscious as possible. We have the original iron and steel windows, so we'll take those out, sandblast those, bring those back, because you can't do those anymore. They don't even allow you to do them, but we're going to be able to reuse them at a cost that's a fraction of putting a new or different window in, and it adds character. So we'll roll back this way, and I kind of want to show you the other parts of the grounds. So as you imagine this, these are all kind of their individual cottage wings. This center area, again, is going away. It's going to be all hardscape and landscape, but then you'll be able to drive up to the exterior of the property, and let's go take a look over there. So parking will be actually moved to the back portion of the property. You'll see here we actually have 3 rooms on the side of the property. This comes actually off the kitchen and lobby area, but to kind of give you an example of how creative we are as operators and creating and curating moments, these will be our quote-unquote staff rooms. So we'll run these actually probably about 15% cheaper than their standard room rate, but we'll invite you to be a member of our staff for the weekend, and when you check in, you get a bucket of beer to apologize for the noise. So it's about taking these things without having to fully recreate them, but by maximizing the profit center on each one of these. So as you come in, I'll show you the new entrance. You'll come and park up to the back of this property, and then you'll come around to the front, because again, these will be all drive-up rooms from here. And you'll check in at the bar inside, you'll get your free cocktail, and then we'll show you to your room. So down here, we'll be able to channel off from plumbing here, and these are where our above ground soaking tubs are, so we'll serve you wine and cocktails here as you soak out underneath the stars at night. The stairwell here, the current owners are actually upstairs. They have a special needs daughter, so it's too disruptive to go up there. But suffice to say, it's the entire floor plan, layout of down here upstairs. So we've got a lot to play with up there. So we'll keep the original stairwell there. These will all just be different little moments, like maybe this is billiards over here. Like I said, we're not doing TVs in rooms, so it's about having board games and musical instruments. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people to talk and communicate and socialize together. So back here is where it's going to be our check-in. So this is going to be our library bar. Now you see we've got fireplaces in both of these. So the leap from what this is to where it's going to be, I hope you can see the bones and what we've got to work with. So we'll do floor-to-ceiling bookcases over here, and you'll have a tufted leather bar with brass pinnings on it as well. Behind here is our the original kitchen. So it's still there. You have holes for plumbing, things like that. The equipment probably was last used in '62, so we're not going to reuse that, unfortunately. But we do have all the lines for where we need to go, so we're not building something completely new from the ground up. So you'll have your expediting there, your walk-in refrigerator over here, and then we'll have a pass-through on the other side to actually service this, the room service, and then also the pool too. I'm hoping everyone kind of gets an idea of what we're able to do with it. And when we look at these sort of properties, when we did Horizon, it wasn't a mistake, and it wasn't a lucky property. It had the bones, and this is one of those properties that has the bones. So we've been looking a long time for the right ones, and if you look at our cachet and collection of hotels that we've been doing, we have a pretty strong track record of creating properties that are on Condé Nast Best of lists, Architectural Digest, Hot Hotel lists, and Travel and Leisure. And that's really what's going to benefit for us, because it's going to prevent us from having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing. We allow third-party sources to do it for us. And that creates the value and the perception that we've been talking about this whole time. So what we really wanted to just show you is the size of the room. So what we'll be able to do is we actually have peaked roofs. So we'll go shiplap peaked roofs. So you're going to get a lot more, scale in here. This is a very large room, so you'll have a sitting area, your bed, and it'll be anchored. We'll probably do like shiplap walls. And then for the restroom, we'll pony wall off here, so it'll be a rocked pony wall, and I'll show you images of that with a waterfall shower, and then you'll have your soaking tub over there. So it's really going to kind of be open to the room. It's probably not a room that you're going to stay in with your best buddy, but probably your partner, because it's about having that sexiness of that exposed shower and and the really kind of cool, intimate moments. You're not going with your fishing buddy, is what I'm saying. It depends on who your fishing buddy is, actually. And so with a lot of these, we get to porch off the back of them as well. So you can see it's a really nice size room, but it's all renovation that we do. I don't have to create an entirely new wall or floor plan or wing of the property.
All right. Well, let's go get y'all some barbecue.
Yes, please.
All right, so thanks for coming along on our investor tour of our latest project, Salt Ranch. If you have any interest in learning more about this deal or even investing in some of our future projects, leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you.